What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Unconquerable Minds. I'm Jason Tracy.
And I'm Daryl Walker.
Today we're going to talk about the power of gratitude. So a lot of times in life we get caught up with the things that we don't have. With, somebody else has a better job than me. Somebody I graduated from school is in a better place in life than me. Or the people that we don't have in our life. And what do you think is a good way to conquer that? What do you think is a good way to overcome those negative thoughts and being sad about what you don't have?
Well, first of all, comparison is the thief of all joy. When we're not grateful for what we have, I don't believe that we can expect to get more in our lives.
Yeah.
And I don't believe we deserve to get more. So, there's things that we have in our life that we should be grateful for. We can always look at our life and say what's not there or what we don't have or what we're dissatisfied with. But if we concentrate our mind on that, we're just going to get more of that. And I think,
Yeah.
I believe, for me, I believe that gratitude shows that you're grateful for what you have, and it opens up the door to get more. And I believe that is the beginning of getting more, is being grateful for what you currently have.
Yeah, again, and that's a good point. How do you get more when you're not even grateful for what you do have? And I can tell you what, no matter where you're at in life, you've definitely got some positive things going on. I talk to a lot of people in my business that I'm coaching from a mindset standpoint. And again, it is a lot of those things where it's like so-and-so is further in their career. They got this degree, or you know what they were born with money or whatever. But then they forget about their mom that was there to support them and raise them and get them to a certain point, and their wife that does all these amazing things for them, or that they do actually have a good job and a boss that cares for them, or they have a job and they have all their working limbs, and like they woke up today. There are different little things. Gratitude can range from those little things of I'm still breathing all the way to being grateful for the person that pays your paychecks.
Well, how do you think that affects your life? How do you think that, does that have any effect on your life and your career? And
yeah, well, and there's a lot of entitlement. There's a lot of entitlement out there, and that's completely different than gratitude. People thinking that someone owes me something. Where I think that when you flip that around and it's opposite, you're grateful for what you do receive.
Mm-hmm.
That it gives you a different mindset. Again, when you quantify and you think about the things that you don't want in life.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how it seems like you get more of that?
Yeah, absolutely. You thoughts are things, so whatever you're focused on, you're going to get more of.
Yeah.
And I believe that, and I've seen it in my life, so I know it to be true.
A lot of times we say broad sweeping statements to you, like, nothing is going right, or that's just my luck, and all these things are happening. But I can tell you that no matter who you are or where you're at, you can probably think about 5 things right now that you should be grateful and glad that you have. You're in a warm house, you have food, just even, like I said, just the little things, being grateful for some of these things that other people don't have. I can tell you what, you're going to meet somebody that has less than what you have.
So
no matter who you are.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. So you believe that that gratitude can affect our lives in a negative or a positive way?
Negative or positive, absolutely. If you're not letting those people know that you're grateful for, if you're doing things for me and you're helping me out and you're my friend and I just take advantage of you constantly and I'm never grateful for you, are you inspired to do more for me?
No, I guess I wouldn't be.
Now, what if I, and it's not going out and buying you something, it's not being like pulling up in a brand new car for you, and stuff like that. But what if I just, wrote you a card and told you how much I appreciate your support, or gave you a call, or just had a conversation with you and just told you how grateful I am for everything you've done for me? What would your response be in difference to how the previous way?
I guess I would probably want to do more for you. I guess I would probably want to do more for you, and I would want to continue helping you.
Yeah. Why? Like, why is that? How do you feel when somebody gives you gratitude?
I feel, it makes me feel good that I've been a helpful piece in their lives. I think that one of the important things that we need as people, as humans, is to help others.
Yeah.
I think that's an important need of people is to help others. You want your basic needs, your need for survival, and stuff like that. But one of the needs of people is to help others. And when someone's showing you gratitude, it makes you want to help that person more, which ties into one of your basic needs, I would say.
Yeah, we have a basic need to want not necessarily gratitude, but want that appreciation, to feel appreciated. You know, I've known people that have taken low-paying jobs, but they were happy because they felt appreciated. They were given compliments. They were told they were doing a good job. Somebody invested in developing them. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to do with money all the time. You know, sometimes it's those pats on the back and someone believing in you, and it's being grateful.
Absolutely. And I'm grateful for, everything that I have in my life. I'm grateful for all the experiences I've had. And, over the last year, it's been a very tough year for me, losing my two children. And there were people that were in my life that if they weren't there, I don't know if I would be here. I don't know if I would have been able to make it through the last year. I don't know if I would have been able to handle losing my kids if the people that were in my life weren't in my life. So I'm very grateful to those people. And one of the things that you mentioned before is showing people gratitude. And I've failed at showing the people that I should show gratitude to. I haven't showed the people the importance that they've had in my life and helping me get through the circumstances that I've been going through over the last year. And it's not something that I do on purpose, but when I really look at it, I haven't showed the right amount of gratitude. I haven't really showed those people how important to my life that they've been.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful. If it wasn't for my mom helping me with my kids over the last 2 years, on days when I had to work late and she picked them up, or my sister, both of them, and all the people that have been into my life. I have a mentor that came into my life, Kamal, a few years ago, and he came into my life at a time where things were really starting to shake up for me. And if he wasn't in my life, the things that I went through, I honestly, I don't know how I could have got through those things.
Well, and you mentioned a really good fact and things that you had to get over. So maybe our audience is out there thinking, yeah, but you don't know my life. I really don't have anything to be grateful for. I don't have all the things that you're mentioning. What is something, you lost, your family? How do you continue to have gratitude?
Well, a year ago today, actually, and it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. But it's a special day for me for another reason. And Valentine's Day last year, that was the last day that I spent with my kids, Michaela and DJ. We spent Valentine's Day together. I remember picking them up from daycare on that day, and I had Valentines for both of them, and I had flowers for my daughter. And when I dropped them off at daycare the next day, I told them that they said, ask me where they're going to see me later, and I said, Mommy's going to pick you up, but I'll see you on Friday. And as you know, Friday never came, and I never saw my kids after that day. So Valentine's Day will always be a special day for me for that reason. But after being in a very dark place, a very hard place that I didn't think I was going to be able to get through, it made me just be so grateful to my kids, Michaela and DJ, and so grateful for what they brought into my life. And I started off saying, why did this happen to me, and why didn't God let me die instead? And, all these different feelings and emotions that I had. But when I got past that, I was just so grateful for them being in my life. I was so grateful for the experiences that I have with them. So that's and I'm getting a little choked up there, but that's something that's very important to me. And when I was in the midst of going through the depression and all the things that I went through, one of the things that helped me to feel better was showing gratitude. And I remember I was at home a lot, but the times when I would go out and whenever I would like get off a freeway or something, if I were going to the city and I would see somebody standing with their sign, a homeless person, and they wanted money. And during that time in my life, and I didn't have a job, I didn't have an income, but whatever money I had in my pocket, I would always stop and give them the money, and it did something for me. And it just helped me. It made me feel better, and it was interesting because there were times that for a week or 2 weeks I didn't do that, or I didn't see anybody or have the opportunity to. And when that during those periods, it would affect me. So I would try to go out and specifically look for somebody just to do something for, because it really affected me. And especially when you're in a dark place or a down place or in a place of depression or any other negative feeling that you might be dealing with. Mm-hmm. So it helped me a great deal with that.
What I've learned from my hard times, as far as gratitude goes, is it's impossible to be depressed and have gratitude at the same time.
It is.
It's impossible to be down and have gratitude at the same time. And we talk about the broad sweeping statements of nobody loves me, but then when you really sit and boil it down and think about it, if I was to end my life right now, who would be sad? Oh my God, all these people would be devastated. You think about all the support your mom gave you. My wife, my son, brothers, sisters, these different people, mentors, bosses, like coaches, all these different people that have entered your life, they do truly care. And so when you think about that and all the support they've given to you, you start to put it together, and it pulls you out of that dark time of knowing that you have these shoulders to lean on. I went through hard times where I thought I was going to be homeless, but at the same time, I knew that I was never going to be homeless because my mom would always take me in. So at the very least, I had my mom there that loved me so much that she would help me if anything happened.
But somebody is going through a dark place or a depressive state or a lot of other things, they will probably argue what you just said. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is?
And it's hard to take anybody's and attack someone's point of view or mindset, but again, a lot of times because you're so caught up into the sweeping statements or into the overall of like, I don't have anybody. But then I look at you and you're telling me that you had this major loss, but you still found a way to have gratitude, and that was a key point to help you pull out of depression.